Evening all, back in the workshop. So, where was we up to? Doing a bit of a fabrication, quite a bit of a fabrication. But before we go into doing more silver soldering, the last bit of silver soldering I'll have you know, bear with me. Right, last bit of silver soldering on this front drag box. But before I go into that, you may have seen the post, and if you haven't seen the post, I shared it on YouTube in the community page, on the Facebook build page, and then I shared it through multiple groups. My engine and tender, whatever I've got built at by that time, will be going on display, and it's going over to the CTL Seal building, where they're building Hengist. So if you don't know, there's a Clan engine, Clan BR standard Clan, that's being built from the ground up. All of the running examples got scrapped, and one is being built by a group over there, and it's quite phenomenal to see it up at close. I try to go every year to see the progress of the engine. I'll follow it on the Facebook page and stuff like that. I've been formally invited to take whatever I've got done, so I've took up that invitation and I'm going to take it whatever I've got built. So if you want to see this class 2 up close and personal, to where whatever stage I get it to, I've got a couple of months to get more done, you're welcome to come and see it, and obviously show your support for the full size engine build that's going on as well. So thank you very much to those for the invite. It took me by absolute surprise, because I didn't really think that, well, I know people are interested, but I didn't think that my engineering skill would be good enough to put on display at such an event as that. And to be invited in my own right to go to it is, it means a lot to me. It's quite good. So anyway, I don't like I don't like to boast about any of this lot or out like that. So when I get an invite like that happen, it's completely took me by surprise. Well, that's a good start to the day. Anyway, this fabrication, I've jumped a bit forward again, because I don't want to drag this fabrication out as much as I have to. There's the underside now. That has all been silver soldered. Okay, now what I'm going to point out to you now, remember in the last video I said about white vinegar, does it go off or not? Turns out it does. Over time it loses its acidity. So what made me think it was mine was losing its acidity, because, and this is how it's come straight out of Pickle, you see this blackening here. Normally that rubs straight off with a cloth after something's been silver soldered. Excuse me. And it hasn't. So that makes me think that that tub of white vinegar I've got has started to lose its oomph. And I know why. Because even though it's in a sealed tub and it's got a lid, when I was building this bench, accidentally dropped my spirit level and it smashed the top of it and put an hole in it. And all I did was covered it over with a cloth, that hole, to stop any grit getting in or any dirt or anything. Obviously oxygen is going into that tub and it's made the vinegar lose its acidity. So I've got a new tub, fresh vinegar, and we're starting all over again. So this is going to get its last bit of silver soldering done tonight. What's going to get done, if you can see that, there's that bit there, that's where the draw hook comes through to. On the back it sticks up proud at the top and the bottom, and if you look through that way, if I bounce the light off it and move my hand out of the way, you see the hole right at the back. So the hook goes all the way from the buffer beam, it's quite a length, goes the full length of that, and then it'll have a load of bumpers and a nut on the end with a split pin. On full size, that's not that shape. It's a convex shape so to allow the hook to swing from left to right. I am going to run milling cutter down it to put a slight convex in it, on his slight, and then I'm going to put a washer that's got a half round on it, so it will have something to pivot on. So I've not properly covered that bit by full size, but I'm going to do my variant of it. So that bit's got to get silver soldered on, and then that bit onto the top. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to do them both in one go, and the reason I'm doing them both in one go, because when that goes in place, I've got a long run to do there, and that's literally there. So that's going to get done at the same time as that. Spin it around, do that face, job done. That can all go with then into Pickle, and I'll leave it and let the new Pickle do its magic, and that will clean off all that old dirt that's on there and clean up all the new stuff. And that I can sign it off and say it's done. And then I've got to then obviously start concentrating on the rest of it. I've got more bits drawn, although saying that, my laptop's decided to run out of memory, so I've had to get an external memory, backup memory for it. So until that comes, I can't really do any more drawing. So what I've got plenty here to get on with. So what I've got is what I've got. It does slow things up, basically, because I've ordered more drawings from the NRM that I want to get done. Luckily I've got some bits that are coming for that, like I say, that front area that's going to be to the outside of this front drag box. I've already got the radial stretcher, pony pivot stretcher, however you want to say it. I've already got that ready to solder together. Once those two bits are done, I'm going to move the engine to one side, concentrate on the tender, and try and before April get the tender on its wheels. It won't have all its springs in it, but it'll be pretty close to having all its springs done. I might do the four corners so it'll hold it up on display on the stand, because the wheels are done and ready. I've just got Timken covers to finish off painting wise, but if I can get the tender chassis rolling, then I know how high to jack the loco frames up. I'll put that on blocks and then have it on the table as display, so you'll be able to see it in all its glory, and pick fault with it if you want. No, I prefer you didn't pick fault with it. Anyone can do that with somebody's work. So yeah, let's go in there and get some silver soldering done. Right, slight cock up, add the camera in there, microphone and everything, forgot to press record. So before I put it into Pickle, all silver soldered up. So yeah, so that's going to go into Pickle. It's all done now. For some reason I didn't blooming film it, but never mind. All looks okay. Solder's run where it should have, and it's come through both sides. Just hoping, looking at it, it hasn't gone too badly. Doesn't seem to have gone out of shape at all. So, and if it has, yeah, gentle persuasion with a hammer to square it all back up again, but it looks okay. The bottom's flat, which is what I need. So while it's still hot, straight into Pickle. Just give me a sec. Yeah, so there we go. What an absolute balls up that was by not filming it. Never mind. It took a lot of heat to get it, the heat transfer through, because it's essentially you're heating the whole lot up. Took a lot of heat and a lot of persuasion with a bit of iron wire to make sure it wasn't all gonna, the bottom plate wasn't gonna bow that way and spring the top off. So I put some iron wire around it just to kind of hold that top bit down. The back bit's silver soldered on, no problem. So all has gone well. That's in Pickle now, and I'm going to leave that in the fresh Pickle for 24 hours. Have a look at it. If it's not fully cleaned it, I'll dunk it back in, leave it for another 24 hours. I'm sure though with the new white vinegar that's there, it'll clean that up a treat, not a problem. So now we can get on to doing the radial stretcher. That's my next job. Might have a little bit of a go at it tonight, start getting it ready. Oddly enough, I need to buy more silver solder already. Seem to go through it like no one's business, but when you're doing big fabrications like that, that front drag box, you know, lots of individual parts, as you've seen over the last few weeks, but all has gone okay. So we'll get that sorted out, get that cleaned up, and then I'll get some primer on it to keep the rust at bay, bit of undercoat, and then that can go in the frames. Buffer beam can get bolted to it. Well, I won't bolt the buffer beam to it actually. I'll place a buffer beam up against it for now, because I've still got them buffer stocks to finish off. So yeah, all going well. Thank you for tuning in, liking and sharing, subscribing and telling your friends and all that. And we'll see you on the next one. Be an update, not an actual soldering job, because I've got a lot more soldering to do. See you soon.